Good evening, everybody. The ladies are back in the living room. It's Laura and Kristen, the BravHos, and we are here to discuss The Bachelorette, which was last night, and a few smatterings going on around the reality dial. We've got Jax, some news on Jaxie Boy, little Vanderpump news. So I think we should just get going. What do you say, Kristen?
I say let's go.
Let's go. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you? What a beautiful summer evening it is.
Oh, it's so nice.
It's like fall-like weather outside.
It is.
Here.
There's no humidity.
Oh, it's
beautiful.
like high
60s.
It's a gorgeous. It's a gorgeous day
It's
to
gorgeous.
do a podcast. So
Yes.
it is the dog days, like the absolute end of summer, right?
Yeah.
However, there is little news. There's some news. There's always news.
Mm-hmm.
But so our gal, Lisa Vanderpump, is not opening, but she teamed up with Kroger grocery
Okay.
stores. I remember shopping at Kroger's when I went to school. I went to the University of Dayton in Ohio. UD, go Flyers. And Kroger was the store out there.
Yes.
So she's teamed up with them on a collection of floral bouquets.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa, they're called Vanderpump. What do you think they're called? Vanderpump Blooms. But of course, they're going to be at
That is
Kroger
perfect.
on September 4th. It's a little passion project for Lisa. So how about them apples? There was a big People magazine. So Lisa's just getting it from every end.
Oh,
Like wherever
yeah.
she can get in there.
She's a powerhouse.
I mean, she's got the Vanderpump
She really
Rosé.
is. She doesn't stop.
She really does.
She doesn't stop. I mean, I give it to her.
Do you
Oh
think
my
people are
God.
really going to get the Vanderpump Blooms?
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, she does look very pretty with her little
And I'm sure they're very nice
daisies.
blooms.
I'm sure they are.
I can't wait
So,
to see those.
smell the
Although we don't have
roses.
Kroger's in New York.
No, there's no, I don't think there's many. I don't know what other. I know they're in the Midwest,
I was
but I
gonna
don't
say
know
Midwest.
if they're where else they're around. But
Yeah.
I definitely know that they're there. But anyway, Kroger, and you know who else got his stuff in Kroger's? Our friend Craig Conover.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's got his. I know. Well, if they're not there now, he's definitely has his sewing down south in Kroger.
Oh, okay.
They
So
love
his
a Bravo
pillows are
crossover.
there?
Yep, they
Okay.
love a Bravo moment
Okay.
at Kroger. So just keep your eyes out. If you're listening, you got a Kroger on September 4th. Vanderpump Blooms is going to be blooming near
Oh,
you in a
wow.
Kroger. But
Good for her.
wasn't there some kind of articles? Let's talk about our friend Jaxie.
Well, speaking of LVP,
LVP.
She was comforting Jack while he was in rehab. I was reading
Jax.
that.
Hello,
Jax.
darling.
Did I say Jack?
Hello,
Jax.
darling.
Oh,
hello,
hello.
dear.
Now, they had their differences recently.
Yeah, when he was on Vanderpump just last season, he came back
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, sit down."
Yeah,
Jax."
she was not
Oh,
happy
no.
with him.
No, but I mean, I thought she was nice considering he was such a tool.
Yeah, he
as
was,
per
even to
usual.
her. I mean, biting the hand that feeds you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everybody, but
No.
I'm sure Lisa's has her moments. But at the end of the day, and it's
Yeah.
her show, it's Vanderpump rules.
I know.
It's not Taylor rules. It's
No.
not Jason Couchy rules. It's so apparently she was calling him up in the sanitarium to
Yeah.
to I
offer
don't even know.
her support and
I just
to
love the
comfort
word
him
sanitarium.
during his
It's
rehab stay.
his
That's what
san-
I was reading.
sanitarium reminds me of like a soap opera, like as
Yeah.
a guiding light. Old General Hospital, like, oh, she's up in the sanitarium, and then they would go, and she'd be like, "Rah," foaming at the mouth, like, I'm fine. I'm okay.
Do you think that? Well, he's coming out now, right?
He's
So
coming
were you
out
saying
apparently.
Thursday?
Apparently, he's coming out this week. Apparently, he was in there for 30 days. I don't know if
Okay.
it feels like 30 days. Apparently, he's coming out this coming Thursday.
Okay.
Today is Tuesday.
Mhm.
I don't know if
And
that's true, but
He's gonna go right back into filming
Because
they
he's-
said as soon as he comes
he's
out.
gotta like lash out at Sheena
and Lala.
and Lala for being
Mhm.
friends of, and because he's
They've been
adamant.
filming. They've been
He's
showing
adamant
it.
that they are not on the show.
Yeah. I know.
Because he doesn't want any of the Vanderpumpers to cross over. And by the way, he should
Yeah.
just shut his big trap because Lala has a big following and so does Sheena.
Yeah.
And they're
do.
cute and they both live in the valley.
And they are on pause from Vanderpump Rules.
Correct.
So they have a little time.
But apparently they're
right
friends
now.
but they are friends with these people.
They are. Yeah.
So
they're friends with all of them, I think. They made a peep in the valley last season, didn't they? I think Lala did.
Oh, they did. And Sheena did too.
Yeah.
I remember them being like,
Sheena did too.
I think they were at Brittany's that fair they had where he pantsed Danny Bucco, and I know him and Bucco.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you fight with the sweetest, nicest Danny Bucco?
Well, yeah, he had
'Cause Jax is
he
an
had
ass.
some kind of a fight with Danny
And
Bucco
right before they left.
he went in
Yes.
to the rehab. So I don't know. I think he came out with some stuff about their marriages and Danny and oh God, Nia.
Nia.
Nia, excuse
Is
me.
it Nia? I think she's so pretty.
Oh, she's
Oh
gorgeous.
my
She's
Lord,
gorgeous.
she is
I mean,
pretty.
she's Miss USA.
Oof.
She's
very
stunning.
pretty.
Yeah.
And like she couldn't have been prettier last season when she was just like
Just had her babies.
Yeah, she was just what do they call it when you just
Postpartum.
Postpartum. Like she was just her skin was glowing, her hair was fabulous. Like
Everything
she looked
was
like
still-
Mother Earth.
She did.
Like she was gorgeous. She
She's
was always
like a
in like a
perfect
white.
human.
Yeah, she was always
Yeah.
in like a white pretty dress. Like
know.
so pretty.
Like we all want to be that.
So yeah,
But
so
I guess
Jaxie.
he came up like their marriage isn't so perfect, and that might have been what ignited.
But you know what,
this-
Jax, leave it to him to try and smear like a sweet guy like Danny.
Oh yeah, and Nia, like the
Getting
sweetest
them
couple.
getting them down in the muck.
I mean,
That's what the man does.
Yeah, I know.
That's what the man does.
You're not going to be perfect on a show. We got to drum up something.
right,
I
and
guess
he's
that's what
gonna
he's thinking.
make everybody get down in the mud.
Yeah, right.
So I was actually listening to Brittany's podcast, him and Jackson Brittany's podcast from last week,
Okay.
and it was what is it called? When reality
When
hits.
reality hits. Yeah.
And she was just talking with her mother how they used to live in a haunted house. I was just giggling along with them. Like
When
they used
she
to
was
live
in
in a haunted
Kentucky?
house. And
Oh my God.
Brittany, one time, like the mom was like, I had 2 other kids and then I had Brittany and she gave me all the trouble. Apparently Brittany literally drove the mother's new car. The mom didn't want to drive her new car. She didn't want to put miles on it. And Brittany was like, hell, I'm going to take me and my friend out in high school. And she literally drove it right into her bedroom. And her mother was like, it was
my
even
God.
funnier when I got home because she was like, Mom, I don't know what happened, but the car is in my bedroom. Like, but it was funny because the mom said when she looked in from the outside, Brittany in her bedroom had a sign that said, caution, blonde thinking. And
Okay.
she's like, all you could see was that sign. Anyway, I got some good giggles out of it. So anyway.
You know, I have heard that podcast, and she's very good on
She
it.
is. She's very
funny,
cool.
She's smart.
Yeah. But when
witty,
they
and
start talking
very
country,
interesting.
you know,
and you love the accent.
they start
right?
talking raw in hell.
Hill.
I never just raw in hell.
Yeah.
Jaxie. So anyway, they're going to come back and Jax is going to kick poor Brittany out of the house. I hope she got to be there for a good month when he was gone. I hope he was gone.
You know,
for
I
the month.
wasn't even thinking about that. I guess she wasn't in her Airbnb while he was in rehab. She was probably staying in the house with Cruz.
Mother said
Maybe.
that she
I don't know.
survived her first earthquake.
Oh, boy.
Earthquake. She ran outside.
Well, maybe he'll be a changed man now that he's out of rehab.
Gross.
We
30. He
shall
needs so
see.
much more than 30 days. He needs like he needs to go like at the university level.
Yeah,
Like
I
he
know.
needs like a
He's-
team. He needs a team
Yeah.
somewhere that is just going to dissect him all day long. Watch.
And if he's not on it already, he should be on medication.
I think he was. Let's
Okay.
hope. Let's hope. The man,
Yeah.
he just uses it as an excuse, I really think, honestly. Like, he's been saying it for years. So hopefully, Jax,
Yeah.
you finally, and we hope you get better. But
Yeah.
either way,
Yeah.
what should we go to next?
So we have Buying Beverly Hills.
Oh!
Mauricio show is
Maurizio.
canceled.
Mr. Umansky.
So 2 seasons.
You
and
canceled.
that's it.
How many more?
It was just 2 seasons, and that's it. It's done.
It was, and last season was good, I thought.
I thought it was good.
Because it was all the drama of him and Kyle.
Yeah, but see, I think now that he's not with Kyle, and it's really kind of official that he has
And he
moved
really,
on.
and he doesn't really have much
How
of a personality.
interesting is he without Kyle?
He's really not that interesting. Like her daughters are interesting.
They are.
I liked the
I love
one daughter
Farrah.
who's the main. Farrah,
Farrah, right?
Farrah, I don't think Farrah can hold a show. She's a little too reserved for me. But
Well,
the
yeah,
younger
she's
one, the
very
one below
little
her.
serious. Alexia.
Alexia.
She was good.
She
I like
and
her.
by the way, she's the main
She
star of the
exactly
show.
like Kyle.
She
Yeah.
does when they're talking, and she's mom,
Kyle's
whatever.
voice
But
and
she's
Kyle's
good.
mannerisms.
She's the one that has to be on that show for
Yeah.
that show to go. But
Yeah.
I get it that it was canceled. But you know what?
Yeah.
I don't disagree. Maurizio does not have the personality to carry the show.
Well, they said it's true, and it was low Now it was low viewership in season 2, even though I watched it.
I watched it
loved
too, and I didn't even watch the full episode. I mean, no, I
Yeah.
did watch it, and it was a long time between 1 and 2.
There was. It was like a year plus.
It was a
I
long
would
time.
say.
And the streaming services, it's hard. There's so much content out there.
Yeah, there is.
And there's so much.
But they said a lot of money went into the show.
I bet
so
it
with
did.
the money they put in, they weren't getting it back.
What was it on again?
It
Netflix.
was Netflix, yeah.
I'm surprised because Netflix, they seem to be like, you know what? We'll give you a shot.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll give you another shot. All right. We'll give you a third season.
Right.
Like they've got so much money.
Yeah.
And they pay.
I think people are not going to want to see him with someone else slash not
Drinking
Kyle.
my water.
People are so invested in that. I mean,
Yeah,
really,
I agree.
I think Kyle being without Mo on Beverly Hills will be okay. Kyle's very popular.
Oh,
very.
she's a housewife.
She's an OG.
She's a housewife.
I mean,
she's the queen of Beverly Hills.
She's the queen of Beverly Hills.
She's been on there since day one. She's,
So
dare I say, Teresa Giudice of that situation.
I would say, yeah.
And also,
maybe not as evil.
he's
or
no Joe Gorga. He's no
toxic.
Joey Gorg. Like
No,
Joey Gorga
he's
is
not Joe
insane.
Gorga, no.
And those guys are, ding-a-ling enough to
yes.
catch some action.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
yeah.
could carry a show.
They'll get in the mud. I
They'll
don't know
get in
about
the
how Mauricio getting in the
Maurizio's
mud.
just very busy,
So-
smoking his ganja in
Yeah,
the
he's
corner
doing that
and
stuff.
just being happy to be like, look. And I'm always trying to figure out, does he have a cold or is he just having that nasal
I think he
speak?
just has that.
He has
voice.
that nasal. It drives me insane. Like, okay, God. Like, I don't. I'm always like, Kyle, Mauricio, blow your nose. But
He's nasally.
he's
Yes,
nasally.
he
There's
is
something
nasally, the way
in
he
there.
talks. Yeah.
So that alone would have made me go,
Yeah.
you are canceled, Mauricio. I didn't even know why I'm on him. I just am.
He's easy to pick on a little
Yeah, but
bit.
I mean,
All
he's a
right.
good enough egg.
He's a good guy.
He's
we
a
like
good
him.
enough
He
egg.
can't carry the show, it looks like. So, all
All
right.
right, maybe
All
some
the
other
best to him.
time.
He's got his millions. He's very,
He's got
very
his
successful.
hundreds of millions.
Hundreds of millions.
I mean,
He's
he really
fine.
turned it around for a guy that's probably just your average. As Camille Grammer put it when she was married to Kelsey. Well, let's face it, Kyle's not married to an international star like a Kelsey. She's married to your local Beverly Hills realtor. And I was like, ooh, Camille,
Wow.
that's
She said that in season 1.
well,
I
the
guess,
season,
right?
the whole right after the dinner party with Allison, the one from
Yeah.
who was like, he'll never emotionally fulfill you.
Oh my
Know
God.
that.
She was
Allison Dubois from the who plays the psychic.
The original
She
dinner
was
party
hideous.
from hell. That was perfect.
She was hideous. That
That
one.
was
He'll
perfect.
never emotionally fulfill
Yeah,
you,
oh
Kyle.
my God.
Know
Best.
that.
Yeah.
All right, Allie Dubois.
Ooh.
Anyhow,
Okay. Want to go to Bachelorette?
The Bachelorette.
The Bachelorette. All right.
I don't-
was,
Underwhelmed.
yes. I liked it last week better.
I
don't
thought
know.
last week was a great episode.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm
I was
thinking.
a little disappointed.
Here's what I'm thinking when I'm watching that show.
Yeah.
She's got 4 guys that she's taking home.
Yeah.
I already knew last week, Jeremy's, unfortunately, the first date, she just had to drag him along. He was going to be an easy guy for her to cut loose.
You said it last week and you were right.
Because she was just like,
So
okay,
easy to
I
cut
need
loose.
one. I need one gimme.
Yeah.
However, I felt like when she went home, maybe with the exception of Devin,
Yeah.
maybe that it all felt very forced to me.
Yes.
Like too fast,
Yeah.
too forced, that I don't really buy any of them
No. You want to know something?
together.
None of the families, none of
Looked
them
happy about it.
seemed like, oh my God, I'm so excited. None of them.
Well, maybe it's because
the
Jenn,
worst being Jeremy's family. They
Oh.
were very
She was like, seriously,
Talk about
thanks.
underwhelmed and just
She was, when she said
negative.
goodbye, she literally was like, this is how she said goodbye. She said, seriously, thanks. I was laughing. Like, who says seriously, thanks? And she literally was like, get me out of here.
She was so awkward.
But maybe
she felt so awkward. I felt terrible for her.
Well, maybe it's just because when Jenn walks in the room, as much as I like Jenn and think she's cool, she also looks like she might have just come from a tea party in a tutu. She looks like she's 10 years old. She's 26. Like, they're probably like, wait, is she
like
a full-grown woman?
Well,
like,
she's tiny too. Like
she's
small.
a peanut.
She's probably 5 feet
they're
tall.
probably like, is this for real?
Like,
Is somebody
this little kid here?
Is someone punking my brother? Is someone
Is she a teenager?
I thought, I think the most genuine relationship out of the four, and we'll talk about the four, he got the first date, is Devin. I think he's genuinely ready to go. Whether or not he's in love, but he thinks it's love and he's ready.
Yeah, he's ready. I think he's fell for her right away.
A little quick.
Yeah, it was quick, but I do think that, he knew he liked her right away. He didn't care what anybody thought. He didn't care how.
I like Devin.
He just was like, I'm going for it and I don't care. And and he wasn't in it because it's a show. Like, I'm going to win. It wasn't about that.
None of these guys are I want to win.
His feelings. No, these four guys, I give it
Sam
to all
M
four
was,
of them.
I'm winning.
Oh, please.
I'm winning.
He was like,
he was
I'm
just
because
he was like, I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna get down on my knee, and then I'm gonna be the bachelor when we break up.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna be the next bachelor.
None of these guys are that, but I do definitely think when I almost don't believe her when she's like telling Devin, I'm falling for you too. I don't see it somehow. Not that I think she's lying. It just doesn't feel like they're, I don't know.
I think you're using the right term. It's feeling forced a little bit from both sides. Maybe except Devin.
Forced.
But
yes.
the other guys and Jenn are forcing it.
I think the only normal one here is
feel that
Marcus,
too.
who's like, I just don't know if I can get there this fast. And I agree.
I agree. And it's hitting him now. And maybe he thought he wasn't going to make it all the way down like this. And I think Marcus, you want to go through?
Let's go through.
Marcus went in with the right intentions.
Let's go. So we have Devin. We know Devin.
Okay, Devin's
drops
in Houston.
I love you bomb.
He drops the I love you bomb. Now, very cute, showing his dog, the other woman in his life.
Yeah, I saw
and
the
his
dog.
parents were very sweet.
Yeah, his mom
I think
was cute.
Genuinely, they seem genuinely happy.
And the grandparents, they
happy
seemed
to
nice.
meet her,
Yeah.
happy for their son. Happiness all around in that house. I think she felt very comfortable there. That was good. So, and then he tells her he loves her, and he really means it. I felt that. So I think that he really meant that he loves her. And, did she say it back? She didn't say it back.
She
just said, I'm really falling
for you too.
But I think that it's getting there with her.
But I think she wanted to say it. I just don't think
she could do it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, you got to hold something back for the final episode.
Yeah, I mean, and she's got 3 other guys that she's got to figure out. So it's like you can't just say, I love you too, and I've got these 3 others. I think she's sort of reserving herself a little bit.
I think she also has it bad for Jonathan. That is the other one that I think is real.
That's the one. Well, let's go. Okay,
let's get through to
Devin is, I'd say he's on top
I'd say he's number 1.
He's number 1.
Because he's giving her the most.
Yes.
That is what it is.
And she needs that, I think.
She does.
Look, she's had these toxic past relationships. She's had, issues with her father. She's got trust issues. She's got things that she went through.
Yeah.
This guy is making her feel 100% secure.
And
she needs
we have the
that.
same issues, kind of,
He has this with...
and I think he's kind of cute. He's not that cute. I'm like, is she really going to fall in love with Devin? I'm like, this is the man of her dreams, really?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean...
I don't know. It's kind of like...
Yeah.
Eek. But I like Devin. But I just wanted more.
You know what he's one of those guys, I think his personality makes him more attractive.
Yeah, and I'm
right?
sure, listen, it's not that I dislike him.
He's confidence.
He is confident.
Confidence is attractive, always.
Always to women.
So I think
as we are two of them.
Definitely.
Definitely.
So I don't think that this guy is insecure.
No.
And she needs that.
No.
I think she needs this confident type
So
person.
they're on a good footing.
But then we get, okay, so if we go in order, then she went to Fairfield, Connecticut to see Jeremy.
Right up the road from us. Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
We're right up the road. And that's Stu Leonard's. I've been there.
I've been to that Stu's. And we have a Stu's right by us, maybe like 10 minutes away.
Right.
So
Stu's
we know Wow
is
the
a fun
Cow.
place to go.
We had Wow the Cow was there. All the
singing
little
chickens, the farms.
My son loves
the Chiquita,
it.
the banana.
Yeah, I had one of my
singer.
son's birthday parties there, like early on.
So did I.
Early. I think
They
everybody
give a
had
good
a
birthday party.
They
there.
do. You make the crafts. It's like everything's right there. They bake
got
the
the
cake.
staff is all into it. They do the cake.
Wow,
there.
the cow shows up. It's serious.
I mean, the food is there already. It's perfect.
Wow,
it's
the
nice
cow.
for a kid's birthday party.
So I thought it was funny though that he would
was
take
smart
her
that
there.
He took her there. I think just to sort of be goofy and
Yeah,
and entertain her.
he also
right?
knew. Like, I love that they bumped into his aunt.
Well, was that a coincidence or did
I
the
think
aunt
maybe
know?
it probably was.
It might have been a coincidence.
I think
sure.
it was.
Yeah.
I don't think his aunt would have showed up, like had she known.
Like, I got to get a peek of this girl.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
and she didn't seem overly like,
Yeah.
hello.
Well, she didn't seem. She seemed a little underwhelmed.
She
And
was
then
no
they
Aunt
went to
Chippy.
His family's house, and it was almost like, I don't want to say they walked into a funeral, but it was kind of like,
Well, they
hi.
just were like, yeah, this is your life. This is a show. They were not playing along very well.
No,
They were just like, this is your
weren't.
life. This is a show. Are you really into this? Like, come on. You could tell they were just like,
Well, look, there are people out there. They're not comfortable being on camera.
The
right?
fact that they did
mean,
it for him was, I
okay.
thought, really cool.
It was nice that they did it. Maybe they thought he isn't going to even make it this far. He's just doing this to try it out.
Well, and he also,
and they were probably like, "Oh my God, he made it all
and
the way
at that
down."
point, he's contractually obligated to do so.
Of course.
You know what I wanted to know?
No, I think his intentions are sincere.
Oh, I think Jeremy was very cool.
I
and
think he really.
I like
I
Jeremy.
think he's falling for her, and he means it.
Yeah, but I
think it's a mutual thing with her too. But I think the family that put the squash on it. I think that was just like,
and I
no,
think he
this
was
isn't
too
gonna work
like, come
out.
on, come on. This is.
I
not-
mean, his sister was
Yikes.
felt like she was interviewing her.
Yeah, I was like, the
It
sister
didn't
was
feel
like,
how are you feeling? What do you think of my
she
brother?
was slightly scary.
It was like if I went on an interview and she was the person that was interviewing me, I would be, in my pants. Like, oh.
Well, or like, listen, this is going to be my sister.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
yikes. And I don't know,
No.
is she going to be single forever, perhaps?
Okay.
I'm not sure. So who knows there? But I was like, holy
But then
mackerel.
the mom said these words. She said, I am skeptical. And
They're not even worth it.
You just saw red
it's
flags.
just-
The mom's worried. She's unsure if he's ready for
Come on.
engagement.
Out.
It was just, you did not get a warm feeling. I think she felt very uncomfortable, and I felt
And Jen
bad for
felt
her.
uncomfortable too.
Now, Jeremy seemed fine. Like, oh, this is no problem. My family, probably thinking my family loves you. I don't know.
I think everybody would like Jen. She's a likable person.
Okay, how
But-
could you not? I
Right.
mean,
like she's
she
just a
exudes
nice
effervescence,
Yeah, she's a
but-
nice girl that's coming
Yeah.
into your house. Like, but also
Yeah,
to be
but-
like,
Well, yeah,
they
they're
went
like,
on
well,
one
this is a
date.
show,
The
and
minute you
you're with, there's 3 other guys that you're
And the minute you
seeing.
tell your family, well, we've been on one date. And where was it? Was it in, where the heck were they?
Was the date they did, was that when they were in
Seattle?
Sydney? Or
Seattle?
It might have been Seattle.
No, he didn't make it. He had to get on another flight. Was like, I'm still not getting my date yet. He was the tail
It
end.
was Seattle.
I think
It was
it was
all
Seattle.
yeah. It was all the way at the
Yeah,
end.
the
that he got
market.
the
They were
date.
catching the fish.
That's right. That's right.
Womp.
He was the
Womp. Oh, wow.
But on a lighter note,
Jonathan
in San Diego.
I knew when they had the there.
It was very
Well,
refreshing to see him. Her
hold
with
on.
him.
Hold on.
The heaviness went away.
Does he have a king tattoo on his leg? I think that was the boy king on his leg.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't
wasn't sure, but I was
notice.
like, look at the big tattoo. Now, I got to say, he looked very cute in that short shirt on.
Oh yeah, what were they playing? Lacrosse, right?
He just looked adorable.
He looked so cute.
But it's the nose, man. And then I saw his mother, and I was like, damn, there's the nose. And the
He's got
father's
bob's
got a
nose,
honker too,
and the
but
father's got a nose.
but not. He got the worst of both parents' noses, unfortunately. I don't know why he wouldn't just be like, shrink me down, Dr. Dubrow.
Yeah.
Come on, Dr. Dubrow.
Dr. Dubrow could do a nice job on him. Or is it
Nassif.
Nassif that does the
Nassif.
noses?
That's my bad. It should be Dr. Paul Nassif. He should be like, Dr. Nassif, come on. Hook a guy up.
But here's the thing. He's got a lot of nice character in
He
his
does.
face.
He's got, well,
You know, his face, he's adorable. Like, you look at that face,
just can't get
that
past the
smiling
nose.
face. I know he's got a big,
I just can't get past. It's all I see. And believe me, I'm not perfect. I don't think I'm any. I don't want to see the nose when I look at him, but I can't not see that nose.
There.
It's
that
just
nose
there.
is just there.
But he is adorable, and his brother was
is.
cute. He wanted to be a protector.
Well, you know, it was cute. The brother actually got a little emotional. It almost looked like the brother's eyes were welling up. I was like,
uh-oh.
Like, I'm very protective
Get
of
the
my
brother out of here.
Okay, so the brother was very concerned, but it wasn't concerned like Jeremy's family. It was more concerned like,
like he thinks this is real.
If this is real, my brother's the real deal, and I don't want you to break his heart. And I loved his mother. His mother his
mom was very sweet.
Very sweet, and she was very open, and she genuinely seems to like Jenn.
I think the general consensus
she tells
was
him to take a chance.
They like Jenn, and I like that. You have
Wasn't
to go
that
all the
nice?
way and go all in.
Take a chance.
Isn't that sweet when
It
moms
was.
like, that's just so sweet. Mom
it's sweet.
with their sons.
He has a very sweet, nice
I like
family.
him. He has a very good aura.
You got a good aura around him. Everything is nice there. So
I
really think when she saw him, she was relieved. Like, I just came from a funeral family, and now I'm with happy family.
Oh, right.
Like,
right.
Thank God.
Well, they just were like, we're from Connecticut. We're not into you, and we're not into this.
We're
so
not buying this.
Keep it going. Taillights.
We're not buying what you're
Check,
selling.
please. Check, please.
Finally, they go
So let's get to our boy
Marcus.
Oh, and he tells her, of course, he's falling for her.
Okay,
which is the whole thing.
And this was interesting.
She likes him.
He's from North Carolina, Raleigh.
He is from Raleigh?
He's from Raleigh, North Carolina, but he was in Tacoma, Washington. Now, I took note of this. He said that his adopted parents weren't there.
Me too. I want to know why.
I wonder why.
I would like to know why they're not there. Why are these other two lovely people there?
Well,
they look lovely.
He wasn't in his hometown. He was in Tacoma, Washington, not Raleigh, North Carolina.
But he didn't say his birth parents. He very clearly said his adoptive parents.
So there might be some background there.
But why wouldn't they want to go on TV for him?
You know, look,
poor Marcus.
I think, again, there are some people, they are like, I don't want to be on camera. Yeah, I want my privacy.
I'm not familiar with those people.
And those people can be wonderful people, but they're just like, I just want my privacy.
I'm not those people.
Oh, I know.
And you're not those people?
No.
But I guess there are people that just want to be private.
Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say they were private.
But I really wonder why his adoptive parent. We know why his actual birth parents weren't there, right? We don't even know where they are. Maybe they don't know. Who knows?
Right.
But
maybe he's not.
I don't know.
Particular. He's mentioned his sister to Jenn, but you don't hear him having ever mentioned his adopted parents.
I didn't even know he had adoptive parents.
Yeah, I didn't know until he told her. But he does. It looks like Sue and Scott. I wrote Army mentors / friends.
And I love that he
part
told
of the Army family.
I love that he told. Was it her or no? He told him that he's not in love with her yet. And I was like, Marcus, that's so normal.
Oh, it is normal.
You're so normal.
He's being completely true to his feelings,
and he's not sure about what he feels, and that's all.
Yeah.
Sorry, I agree, and honestly, I don't know. I feel like there's and you know what? And this is like I'm being all like serious.
Mm-hmm.
The same look that Marcus has, his sister has too. Yeah. There's a sadness there. There's sort of an overwhelm. Not that they don't seem lovely and sweet and adorable.
Oh, yeah.
There is just a sadness there and a heaviness. You know what it is?
There's a pain.
Yes. And
you see it with the sister.
Yes.
You see it with him.
It's the same look.
How could they not
right, of course.
They went through trauma.
Right. It's the whole way.
Trauma.
Exactly. It's the whole way they must view the world, and not that they're not over it, or not that they're not doing well in their lives, and we only wish them well, but there is something like what I've been saying since the beginning, like Marcus is just too serious for Jenn. He's just too heavy, and I think she really likes him the best. I really do. I think when like push comes to shove, she likes him.
Yeah, I think
like he's her first, and I think he's not going to be able to get there, and she's going to go, "Hey, Dev, you ready?" Like I feel like Dev's like, "Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play." Today, gotta be in Centerfield. That's what it reminds me of.
Well, it was interesting, too, when she was interacting with his sister, Gabby. And, she started to cry.
The sister cried, right.
The sister cried, Jenn cried.
Right. Jen
so
cried.
I think maybe you're right. She's crying because it's like, I'm really falling for him and I'm really scared.
And I
don't know
the sister
what he's feeling.
Also,
it's hard for him to open up.
I think the sister also probably wants this for him too, like to find a great girl, but probably not in this way because it's a little bit insane.
It is insane.
Like for people that really probably grew up with limited stability, let's just say in their younger formative years, might not be the crazy way to meet someone. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Sounds like you craves. But I think Marcus is being so normal. He's being the most normal.
Yeah, he is.
Like, I just don't know if I can get there, honey.
Yeah.
And I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I know.
Even though he should just look back and be like, yeah, like 27 others were here, got engaged, and they're broken up in like 3 months. Like, look at Jerry and Teresa.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Divorced in 3 months. I mean, granted, they're 70.
Yeah.
But who's to say? They were just like, all right, bye.
Right.
And so many of the others do the same exact thing.
Well, I'm really looking forward to the Golden Bachelorette that's coming
Joan
up.
Vassos.
But I digress. But how do we want to end this? It looks like, well, here's the thing. Okay, so Devin and Jonathan, it's down to them. Jeremy didn't make it. He didn't get a rose.
No, it's down to Marcus and Jonathan. Devin gets the first rose.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
You
don't
Devin
hang out with Devin on the regular.
Rose. Oh, my God. And then it was Marcus and Jonathan. Okay, so the three of them. Jeremy got the boot. We knew that was going to happen. Thank God, in a way.
Yes.
I like him. But
Jeremy, unfortunately, was there to be the scapegoat. He was there to be the easy cut.
Yeah, I think so.
Because if
she might have been thinking, God, maybe I really should have kept Grant in the game. But I'm so happy Grant is moving on to be the next Bachelor.
Grant's going to find himself a hot lady.
Yeah.
He's going to be the Bachelor and enjoy. And they never usually announce the Bachelor that soon. There was a reason why they did it.
I think it's because everyone was so upset to see him get cut.
No, there's a reason why they did it. I saw an article, and then
it's like, guess what?
I saw an article of why they announced it so early, and I didn't get to read it.
Okay.
But however, I think they're so busy. Like, you notice Jen's season is not shooting in the mansion. They were all around because I think Joan is shooting in the mansion. They show Joan, Golden Bachelorette. They probably, need to have extra, like, bring the old folks at the pool. Everybody wheel them on out. We're going to take them for a group swim now. Who wears diapers? Who doesn't? It's going to be one of those deals.
Yeah.
So, and that's coming soon. I mean, I'm jacked.
I am sure as soon as this ends, that's going to start like
the
right
only
after.
problem, though, Joan is pretty, except Joan, she didn't really have that great of a personality. Like, I would have loved to have seen Susan, a.k.a. Kris Jenner, on there.
Okay, she had a big
would have been fantastic. Yeah.
Wow.
She was great. And Kathy was crazy, the one who looks like Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay.
I think people would have left if she was the Bachelorette. They would have been like, oh, hell no. Hell no. But I don't know. She was also, though, funny. At least they had great, like, not that Joan doesn't have personality, but she was also out within the first 4 episodes.
Oh, wow.
So
she must have made, see, I didn't see the Golden Bachelor.
She was just a very pretty, nice lady.
And she looked
She was very low key.
Woman.
She was just pretty and nice, and she had a connection with Jerry.
Okay.
Because I think she was the one that was like, I mean, of course, somebody was going to cry. Like, the last time that I was in my wedding dress was when I got married. Because he made them, of course, they were doing a wedding photo shoot. Like, so they're in their wedding dress. And like, the last time I was done this was with my husband, his dad.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if, that might have been Joan, actually, who had that little interaction with Jerry, a.k.a. Gary, but his name spelled Jerry. That drove me insane. And Gary was definitely a crier. Like, I don't know. I liked him, but I really wasn't buying it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Teresa was like, meanwhile, Teresa's from Shrewsbury, New Jersey. I have lots of friends that live there.
Yeah, I think that was why I was reading. That's why it didn't work out, because they couldn't figure out where they were going to live.
I think that's horseshit. I think it was a little bit more. But okay, let's talk about, I don't know. For some reason, I just don't buy that. Mm-hmm. If you really found the love of your life, like the Golden Wedding was unbelievable. It was the best 2 hours of TV. I loved every second of it. The whole Bachelor Nation was there. Yeah. That other ridiculous guy. Oh my God. The guy who got engaged to like one of the Mandrell's daughters.
Okay.
I forget his name. He was the one that everyone was fighting with, and he got down on his knee and got engaged that night. All of Bachelor Nation was there. It was Joey's season was filming. Joey Graziadei.
Okay.
And Joey was there. I mean, everyone was there.
Oh, nice.
It was so fun.
Nice.
What a great show that was.
Well, if we go back to Jenn, it might be that she doesn't wind up with anybody. Is that possible?
It's possible.
Has a bachelor or a bachelorette ever ended where they don't want
I believe that guy. Remember Brad Womack? Do you remember that guy? He was on twice.
Okay. So
he was on like once, and then they gave him another shot like 3 years later.
Twice?
He sent both of them packing the first time, and I think he was ready. I'm not. If anybody's out there knows about Brad Womack, will you leave us a comment on our YouTube or on Littler Podcast, LITLR Podcast on Instagram, and let us know if Brad Womack got engaged second time around. I don't think he did.
Okay.
And they gave him like 2 shots. I mean,
yeah.
Who's giving a guy 2 shots?
Yeah, okay.
Brad Womack.
So it could be that, there's no engagement.
So
at the
people
end of
have
this.
left with no one.
I don't have a strong feeling about anything, but they did show in the preview that she opened up to Marcus and said, "I'm really falling for you," and he said, "I'm not."
I think he's probably just still voicing his concerns, and they're making it look like. But I don't think Marcus.
But she looks like really taken aback when he says that. So this is going to be a couple of twists coming up.
I don't think Marcus is going to make a huge jump.
No, he's not. I mean, obviously, I don't think she's going to wind up with him.
I just don't think so.
It's going to probably be down to Jonathan and Devin, and we think it still might be Devin.
I think so. I think it's just because Devin is the most into her.
Yeah, I think
she needs that.
Yeah.
She's never had anyone who's into her before.
Seems into her.
Who?
Jonathan really seems into her. It's just he's a little different about it.
Yeah.
He's again he's sweet.
You're asking
he's funny,
people to fall in love with you, like
I know
at the drop of a hat. I mean, I'm not saying it can't work.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work, but it's also a lot.
Now, is next week the final? No.
It's Men Tell All.
Okay, so it's Men Tell All,
and
they were showing something else. It's another episode of them.
Men Tell All.
So it's probably going to be, there's 3 now. It'll be down to 2.
And then the finale will be the following week.
And then the finale will be the following week. Okay.
And then they can come out of hiding.
See what happens.
I don't know. I just feel like,
I don't know. I'm
underwhelmed.
I'm not feeling it. I'm underwhelmed too. I'm not feeling it 100% here. I have watched Bachelors and Bachelorettes where I was invested in it.
Oh, yeah.
This is great. Oh, she picked him
but
he picked her.
I don't know. It seems
and
very...
it was awesome. And I'm just not
It's very
that.
bubblegum.
Yeah.
Like it just... Maybe that's Jenn just being light and airy, but it just reminds me of like...
Okay.
Lip smackers and bubblegum and, video games.
Yeah.
It just seems very like it's 8th grade party.
It's lip smacks and bubblegum, but there's a hint of heaviness to it too.
Yeah, well,
so it's just...
I don't think Marcus is the guy.
No. And I love him. I think he's
I love
wonderful.
him too, but he's just a little...
He'll find his way.
He needs some normalcy. This man does not need the chaos of The Bachelor in his life.
No. Maybe he'll do what? Bachelor
in
Paradise.
The fact that
whatever,
he's even on there, though, the fact that he did this is kind of amazing.
It is. And, he put himself out there.
And look what happened.
He put himself out there. He was willing to try to
I'm
put his guard
shocked that
down.
he even did that. I mean, maybe if somebody was like, just see what happens.
See what happens.
Throw it against the wall.
He may not have thought he was going to make it all the way to here.
Of course. I don't think anybody thinks they're going to make it all the way.
Yeah.
When you're
Except Devin. I think Devin was like, I'm going to make it.
Yeah, Devin was like, I'm going to do this.
He's Mr. Confident.
All right. So I think we're going to be back with OC.
We are. Now we're going to be away.
Yeah, we're going to be away, but we're going to try to get it done. We're heading to Rhode Island. So we are going to be down there. So we're going to try to pop one out. Yeah.
Yep, we'll do it.
From the beach. Maybe in the sunset with some decoy. Some decoy Chardonnay. And hopefully they've got a good show for us this week. So I think... As we said, it never really shuts down, but I think we're going to shut the living room down now and maybe go enjoy the rest of this beautiful summer evening.
It is a beautiful evening.
One enchanted evening. All right, everybody. So that's it for now from the living room. And hopefully we'll see you on Friday with little Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good one.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.